Well, hello, hello, hello. This is Vicki with My Paper Connection. It's Tuesday night, May 18th. I always have to look because the days are just clicking by. Um, Let me make sure that I can see comments. Okay, so let's get started. As I said, today's Tuesday, May 18th, and tonight I'm going to make a really fun card for you. It's actually a Slimline masculine birthday card. It could be made into a Father's Day. I'm using a handsomely suited stamp set, and there are coordinating dies with this. And I love the Slimline. It's so cute. This is one that I made as part of the design team, the Simple Sweet Stampers design team. And I'm only going to do one tonight, but I'm going to go from start to finish with it. And I haven't done a whole lot of pre-work with it. So just bear with me as I do cutting and all that kind of stuff. But there's a couple things I did want to tell you about. And one of the first ones is Vicki and Patty's online June retreat. This is a stamp camp, and it will be on June 19th, and you can right now. The last date to sign up is June 7th. It is $35 if you're picking up from the porch. It's $42 for the basic package if you're having it shipped. And what we're going to do is we're going to make 12 cards. There's 6 designs. We'll make 2 of each. And there's going to be giveaways, videos, PDFs, exclusive Facebook group. There's going to be prizes. You get $20 worth of product alone, not counting all the card kits and the envelopes and everything that's all involved in that. It's really fun. It's mine and Patty's first retreat, stamp camp kind of thing. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of interaction. So you're not going to want to miss out on that. If you want more information about that, leave me a message in the comments section or email me at mypaperconnection@gmail.com. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our fun project tonight. I'm going to shift the camera down. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm bringing in my trimmer, and I'm using basic white as my card base. And just put this on right here. Okay, so we're going to cut it at, it's going to be 8.5 by 7.5. It's already 8.5 here, so we're going to cut this at 7.5. Just put that off to the side. We're going to switch it to the 7.5-inch side, and we're going to score it at 3 3/4. And that is our card base. And that does not look right, does it? You know I did it wrong. Well, poo. Hold on, let me get me another sheet real quick. Okay, so this is 8.5. This is 7.5 this way. I don't need to turn it like I did just now. I just need to shift it over to the 3 3/4. So here we go. Oh, goodness. All right, I have already pre-cut a piece of Pacific Point. I thought I had anyway. Yes, I have. And it is pre-cut at 3.5 by 8 1/4. And I'm going to bring in my Simply Scoring tool for this. And basically what I'm going to do here is I am going to score it at every 1/2 inch. So for a Slimline card, our embossing folders are just not big enough. They will fit 4.5, 5, 5.5, something like that. Probably 4 3/4 by about 5.5. A little more than that maybe. They won't fit this. So in order to get a texture, I'm going to hold down my paper, and I'm going to score every 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score it the other direction. And that's going to make like a grid pattern. And it's really going to give it a lot of interest. If you don't, it's just plain paper. and it just didn't seem enough to me. So, oh gosh, I messed that up. It's okay. So I probably should not talk while I'm doing this so I can think about what I'm doing. So I'm just going along and scoring it every half inch. All right, I'm going to see if I can kind of buff that out a little bit. I'm going to take my burnishing tool on the back side. I think I'll use the bigger piece, and I'm just going to go along and just try to buff that out just a little bit. And what I may do is just adjust my decorations on it so you don't see it as much. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Not nearly as noticeable. Okay, put those back in there a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the texture of it then. Yeah, I think right there you can see it. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we'll go ahead and fold this. So I'm going to make an envelope for this when I'm done with the card. But what I like to do before I put that on is I like to get everything on here before I put the final thing on the card. So I'm going to bring in some paper and I'm going to do a little stamping. So I have this bow tie stamp, and I'm going to use Memento ink. And I'm just going to stamp on all these different patterns, not that one. I'm going to stamp on this one, this one, and that one. Yep. Okay. I'm going to cut small pieces of those out so I can get them all on the cut and emboss. Well, you know what? I can't do that because I only have one die for it, don't I? Which I did not bring over here, so hold on a second. Okay, so I might as well show you how I have been doing my dies. So I got these plastic bags from Amazon, and I got magnets, and I placed them on the magnets. Now, I used to put them inside my stamp sets. However, sometimes I would forget that I had dies for them, and I would, we've gotten to a point, like, there's so many with different shapes and stuff like that, that I just wanted to do them a different way. So I've come up with this way, and I put on the back what stamp set it is. And it really has worked well. Now, what I should have done is put on the back of the stamp set what the dies are, because then I wouldn't be looking for them, right? All right, let me see if I can find them. If not, I'm just going to have to fussy cut them. I know I have, there it is. Okay. All right, so there's only one of the dies, so I'm going to have to run those through separately. So I guess it doesn't matter if I cut those out or not. So I'm bringing in my mini cut and emboss. And I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can, so you're not just watching, you know, me run things through a die cutting machine. Okay, there's one. All right, so that won't fit, so I'll do the same here. I'll cut it out right here. I like to rotate my plate because, you know, they can tend to get a little bit warped, and rotating them really helps a lot. I should have brought some washi tape over here too, right? Okay, we'll get this done. only 2 more. I'm hurrying. Okay, 1 more, and then I'm going to do some buttons. Whoops. It's really quiet whenever I'm not talking. When I'm just running it through the die machine. Okay, and then I have a piece of the basic gray that I'm going to run the buttons through, which are right here. I love using those magnets. When you get your dies, they have like a plastic over them and not plastic, tape on the paper. And why is it not going in? Here we go. But the tape doesn't last very long. So this is a great way to do it. I'm going to do that 1 more time because I'd like more than just 6. Well, no, that's enough. 6 buttons is good. All right, I'll put that to the side. Okay. All right. So I got my little thing all cattywampus. The next thing I'm going to do is to stamp. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I'm going to use Pacific Point ink to do that. And my sentiment is a happy birthday to you. Okay. I'm going to bring my die cutting machine back in along with another piece of paper right here, this one. Okay. All right, I'm going to die cut this piece here, and I'm going to die cut my sentiment. I love Pacific Point, which I think I've said several times that blue is my favorite color. But Pacific Point is just such a bright, beautiful color. And a lot of people don't use it very often, but I really enjoy it. Okay, I need to just put a roll of washi tape over here. So I always have some. When you have, I'll give you a little hint, and I should have paid attention to my hand, but whenever you have a piece that's long, a long straight edge like that, then it's harder to go straight through. And I mean, it's easier if you put it through like in this direction rather than that, because it will tend to do a bump bump. Okay, let me get these out of the way. Now we can start putting our card together. Alrighty, so I'm going to glue this down to here. Everybody doing okay tonight? I'm doing good. Can't complain. And it doesn't do any good anyway, right? Okay. Put some dimensionals on the back side of this. I'm going to put this on the center of, well, kind of a little bit more towards the top. about right in, not quite centered, but not all the way at the top. And then I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on each of these. I think I need to eat. I got the shakes. I think maybe my sugar has dropped or something. I don't know. Okay, when I put these on, before I did it, I really took some time to kind of figure out where I wanted them to be. And I felt like this arrangement was good, as you can see. I felt like it kind of tied all of them together. And I kind of put them on with a little bit of a bulge. So I put it down first and put just a little bit of a wrinkle, I guess. So it's a little bit of a lump in it. So it gave it a little bit of texture to it. You normally would not do that, but I did that on purpose. Okay. Okay. And then I've got my little buttons I'm going to spread out, and I'm going to use my take your pick tool with the putty end. Put a little bit of glue on it and then lower it down. I wish I was ambidextrous. It just feels like I could do more. I know that seems silly. Uh-oh, I took it off, didn't I? Okay. All right. And we're just going to put some glue on the back side back here. And that will be our card done. Although, it looks like I didn't cut it off enough. All right. So we'll just alter this a little bit. Once this dries, I will just trim that off right there. This is what the original one looks like. I actually like that. I think I'm really going to like that, but I just have to trim that off down there. Okay, so let's make an envelope. So we need a piece that is 8.5 by 11. And we are going to score it on the 8.5 inch side at 2.5 and 6.5, and then at 1.5 and 10.5. Hi, Suzanne. Hey, Carol. Thank you. Thanks, Raj. I miss you. Okay, we're just going to do our garnishing. And then we're going to cut along here like this. Sorry, I just got a heat wave all of a sudden. And we're going to cut these off here. to stop. I'm actually getting a little lightheaded. I need to go get something to eat, I think. Okay, to pick up where I dropped off the other night, in case you didn't notice, I ended up getting sick and had to abandon the live, and it's taken me a couple days to feel well enough to actually do this. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this envelope. And one of the things I'm going to do, because I just like things to look finished and polished, so I'm bringing in my detailed trio punch, and I'm going to just use the corner rounder on all of the corners so that it looks nice and finished and professional. And when you're trimming these off, if you see that you didn't get it completely, all the lines, the little score lines trimmed, you can just do that at this point. That was the case just now, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do these as well. Okay, and I've already trimmed those ends. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my tear and tape, and I'm going to place it along the edge down here, like this. And then it's going to overlap with the long one right here. I want to put it either right here, or I think I'll put it right here so that I make sure that it sticks really well. I'll put it on the back side of the longer panel. And in case I didn't mention it before, this was 8.5 by 11 and scored on the 8.5 side at 2.5 by 6.5, and then scored at 1.5 and 10.5 here. So then I'm just going to take this off. I always like to rub it down so that it stays really well. And then I'm just going to lift this up like that. And we'll lift this off as well. Okay, I'm going to lay this side down first. I kind of wish I'd done the corner round on these as well, but it's okay. I really like that it looks finished right here. So that is it. That is all you have to do. And then your card just slips right down inside of there. And then you can just do a tape runner right across the bottom. You can either write on here, or you can write, put a label on it. Either way is fine. But it turned out so lovely and so cute. And you can use designer series paper to make these as well. But I'm really, really happy with it. And I hope you liked it too. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please forgive the moments where I was not too stable or steady. I'm pretty sure I had a hypoglycemic event and ended up having to go to the doctor next day. And so we're waiting on test results now from that. But anywho, I really love how these turned out. And if you like these, then I hope that you'll hit subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll get notice whenever I have future videos come out. And don't forget, I am actually going to be having sign-ups up until June 7th for my June retreat, and you don't want to miss out on that. The best way to find more about this is go to mypaperconnection.com, or you can subscribe to my email, and there will be more emails coming out about this. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.